Hi everyone, this is Susan. I am here on our portfolio resources page. At the top of the page, you will see this is a discussion board link. This is where I want you to post your whatever platform you're using. This is where you want to put the link. I suggested some platforms down here. Strikingly, it's simple. It's pretty easy to use, but there's not a ton of customization. Squarespace is very popular, but the free trial is super limited, and then you really are going to have to pay to keep using it. And then the other one, some of you may have not been on WordPress for a while. They have it's a little bit more customizable, and they have a new drag and drop interface, which is pretty good. Wix is always popular. Weebly, I always kind of feel sorry for Weebly, so I always include it. But I would say most of my students last term, the sample portfolios are here. These are examples that were created last year during my class, and they're split. I think the students were split pretty evenly over Strikingly and Wix. You will want to get your own domain name, which is your own, like SusanMcGeePortfolio.com instead of SusanMcGeePortfolio at Wix.com. So, if you're using this for a professional purpose, you do want to spring and you do want to have your own domain. Now I wouldn't do it right away. Like if you're on Wix, just go with a general Wix address for now, because you might decide to go to Strikingly or Squarespace or something. So you can totally wait and do that at any time. You can go and point a new URL. So you feel free, and if there's a platform that you want to use that's not on here, please feel free to do so. It's up to you. These are the sample portfolios, which I will review in a moment in another video. But for right now, here's the overview. If you click this is the official overview that's on the MS.com webpage. Here's mine. So what do you want to use for a work sample? So you really want to showcase your excellent writing, professional writing. And if you don't have like any actual real professional writing, most of you do, I assume, it's perfectly acceptable to use like reports or proposals that you created for a class. Like I know my students who do white papers in or their blogs or any kind of proposal for social media. Those are all very acceptable to use for your portfolio. One caveat about blogs, they do need to be properly formatted, so you might have a blog that you love, and that's great, but you've got to make sure all the formatting on it reflects best practices. So I will give you advice about that. You could do event plans if you had Rosemary's class. BSMS students, you've got your senior project. You should really maybe highlight that. Highlight any work you've done, obviously, for your co-op and internships that you can use. Working professionals, obviously, you can certainly use samples from your current work. One thing that students ask me about a lot are, what about research papers and formal papers? And I'm always like, no, just kidding. Unless you want to really go into research or academia, I would leave out the research papers. You can certainly highlight that you have good research skills if that's something that you think will benefit you. And if you really want to use, like if you have a really, really great research paper that you did, I would recommend setting it up like almost like a blog, and then like with a link to read more. And you want to have actual hard copies attached as PDFs of all of your work samples, and that will go for your resume too. So in general, the pages on your website will be a home page with an excerpt of your bio. Oops, that should be your. And, which would link to an About More page. On Strikingly, it tends to be more of a splash page, so it's going to come at once, your about, which is fine. You may want a tagline too. Some of the samples you'll see do and some don't. If you want to work in social media, I would definitely link to an Instagram. If you're looking for a career in writing, I would definitely have a Twitter account going. Also, obviously your LinkedIn. Those should all be linked from your homepage. You're going to want your About Bio page. You're going to want a resume page. You're going to want your work samples. So you'll see how the students that are profiled in the sample student portfolios, how they set them up. And you should be inspired by them. I will say I don't necessarily think all of their photographs were, maybe I would not have chosen them, some of them. But, you know, it's a personal decision. And I think as long as you're appropriately dressed, you know, like no shorts, no, you know, you're not at a party, you're not holding any liquor, you know what I'm saying. You know, you can definitely show yourself in action, I think is really fine. So I will be back with, I will be looking at some of the, some of these portfolios in a minute. Here's the sign-up sheet for our conferences. This will be on page 2 at the top, along with the video. So my office hours are here. If you want to Zoom while I'm at work, that's fine. You just write in the time. I also work from home on Fridays, and I'm usually free. So if anybody wants to sign up for any of these days or times, please do. Please keep in mind, I really don't want to do any more than 3 people in one day, because I don't, you know, I want to be fresh and excited when I see you. So just put in your name. If you want one of these times, just tell me Zoom or phone, office hours, or just write in. You can just write in down here if you want to do office hours and then the time. Just let me know. Okay, so I'm really excited to do the conferences and you know, really focus on your portfolios with you. Okay, so I will be back, and let me know if you have any questions.